Hello and welcome to Season 2 of my F1 22 career mode. I really hope that you guys are good and have enjoyed Season 1 so far. If you haven't kept up to date, make sure you check out the playlist of the series so far with Brawn GP. We had an awesome Season 1, lots of highs, lots of lows, but I'm really looking forward to Season 2 beginning. So if you're looking forward to it too, make sure you click the like button down below, and of course subscribe for plenty more F1 content, and get involved down in the comments section below and let me know how your My Team saves are going. Anyway, plan of action for today is to rattle through pre-season and then obviously get into our first race of the season in Bahrain. So it's going to be a long one. Make sure you are strapped in tight, you've got a drink, all of that good stuff, and you're sat comfortably ready for the start of next season. Now, what we have done at the end of last season, we managed to protect all of our upgrades that are going to be affected by the regulation change to chassis and durability departments. So straight away we've got the opportunity to go out there and pop in some new upgrades. We're going to do 2 powertrain upgrades, I think that's where we're going to see the biggest benefits in performance. So let's get a couple of those done already. We've already got the best engine in Formula 1. Annoying. Can't quite get that one just yet, but it will come. It will come. Obviously, we finished the end of last season in 9th position in the drivers' standings and in 7th position in the constructors. A really, really positive season. A really close midfield battle in the end, but I do think we can push on and get into that top 6 battle for next season. So fingers crossed we can do something. That is what we're looking at the moment. So obviously new livery will become apparent today. It's not going to be too different in terms of Brawn GP's staple colour, if you like, but we are going to switch it up a little bit, and I really do hope you like our new livery, and I'll obviously reveal that a little bit later in the show. So let's go and get some department time sorted out. Let's lovely, let's get that resource points early. Are there any others with resource points? The chassis department focus as well. That's fine. And the power upgrade as well. Very good. And then title sponsor venue opening. That's absolutely fine. Obviously can't get any more activities in there, but that's okay. So let's push on to...
You're not currently in a rivalry. Sooner or later, you'll probably be asked by the media who you consider to be your rival.
Stuff, I think it's 14-10, so we need another couple of days
receive a claim for
until
beating
we can
them.
set that one
You'll
off.
lose a claim if you fail to do so.
Yep, that's fine. Right, we have got a high cash balance. We know that. We want to sort out our teammate for next year first of all, though. So yeah, let's get that one in. And there we go. So those 2 upgrades at the very least are in and ready to go. The aerodynamic DRS upgrade is looking good as well. Let's keep pushing on and see where we get to. There we go. DRS upgrade has worked.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
So we've got 343. I don't think there's actually going to be anything there for us. Oh, there is! But we can't afford that one just yet. Okay. Right, let's keep going then. Oh! Straight away. Got the chance. So let's have a little look at the driver market before we head into negotiations. We have got 12 million in the bank, so I guess in theory we could sign anyone up to and including, I don't know, Charles Leclerc, but obviously we're not going to do that. Norris would be a good signing. I really do think that Norris would be an awesome sign. I think I see him coming to us later down the line. Daniel Ricciardo, of course, my favourite driver in F1. other than Nico Hulkenberg, would be an awesome one. Michael Schumacher, we could get him. Lance Stroll, obviously we don't want him, or Albon. Russell's a fairly cheap option, as is Perez and Sainz. Ocon, again, you know, a good option, but I think, you know, for consistency and to give him a bit of a reward for how good he has been so far as our teammate, I think we extend the contract of Nico Hulkenberg and we keep him here until the start of next season. So let's renegotiate with him and see if he fancies it. And he does fancy his chances. We are going to go for the medium risk one. So 6 million on the salary. And there you go, he does accept us. So that's the ideal scenario for me, is keeping Nico Hulkenberg at the team. Fernando Alonso has now retired. Obviously, that's going to trigger some movement around the paddock. I don't exactly know if we can see any of those movements just yet, but we'll keep an eye on proceedings. Oh, Kevin Magnussen. There you go. Magnussen has moved to Alpine. Now, who is going to replace him at Haas? So we've got Schumacher there. Looks like it's going to be Piastri. There you go, Oscar Piastri back in the sport. He's going to be driving for Haas, and that is a direct rival for us. Also, what a signing for Alpine, by the way. Magnussen, what a replacement he is for Fernando Alonso. But I think that'll be the only change of the season, which is a bit of a shame, you would have to say. Let's push on a little bit then. Get those next little bits of R&D points. And now we should be able to do our aerodynamics stuff. And then I think now we can look at some upgrades for the facilities. So let's grab that one in. Lovely. Perfect. Yeah, you can see it's, you know, going to give us a little bit of performance, but we've still got some ways to go before we get up to the likes of McLaren and Alpine. Right, facilities-wise, definitely need to upgrade our aero department, you would imagine. So we can up that. That will be good. Pit equipment again. Amplify the positives. Durability to... I mean, you know, we have got money to spend, but I don't want to spend all of it. Okay. Let's go for a nice cheap one there with the activities manager. I think that's a good one. And let's go for the pit equipment. Let's upgrade that a little bit. And all of that will be upgraded for next season. I do think quicker pit stops will help us going into next year. So, let's see. Will we get that? Yes, we do get the rotor speed one in there. Perfect.
They'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend. How do you want us to deal with this one?
Request that. Oh, so the team have requested Hulkenberg's presence at a recurring meeting, but it conflicts with a couple of other items on their calendar. We know there are a lot of demands on time, but it's vital that we have their input. Ooh. Oh, I mean, seconds driver. I assume that's experience. I'm not taking 7 off that. Let's get that 7 on the car. Your morale will come back up, Powertrain.
Thanks for dealing with that. The department appreciate it.
I'm not sure they do, but there you go. Let's finish season 1 then. Have a little look at the stats. So here we go. Massive increase in acclaim for us. We're up to level 12. There goes Hulkenberg up to 13. We are now a level 16 team. Let's see how much money comes through from sponsorships, prize money, that sort of thing. There you go. 9.1 million from Xenon. 10 million in constructors money. That gives us $19 million to spend at the start of season 2. That is going to be awesome. No wins, no pole positions for either of us. 95 points to 30. Obviously, Hulkenberg had that wonderful second place last season. 9th place in the championship for us, 13th for Nico Hulkenberg. I think we can massively build on that. I think we can get 7th and 8th in the championship this year, if not 5th and 6th, to be honest with you. Right, we've got to decide on what our season 2 is going to look like. I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys in a second. Well, I'm not going to lie, I did think that you could do China and Portugal. I thought you could add those on to your calendar, but apparently not. There's certainly no sight of them here on Season 2. I have played around a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be the case. So we're just going to go with the full 22 race calendar once again. Yeah, obviously I don't really want to do Monaco, but I don't want to lose 5 of the races because of that. So yeah, 22 races it is. So all into my team stuff now. I will try my best to not spoil it for you in terms of what our livery looks like, but we'll see. But I'll go ahead, do all of this admin-y stuff, and we'll be back in just a second. Well, of course, this is a big decision in the whole My Team series. We've got to pick our engine and got to pick our main sponsor. Now, Xenon, you know, have been very, very good to us. I don't see why we would particularly leave them, but let's explore the other options there. We could get 3rd or better in the Constructors, probably not. 100 Constructors Championship points. We could potentially do that. We did that this season. But it might be tricky again next season. 5 podium finishes, 25 constructors points for this team. But let's just have a little look. So Xenon is 650 per week. You know, that's not much different over the entire season. So I think I'm going to go for this. A 6th or better in the constructors. That's a big goal bonus, to be fair. An extra 2 million. Maybe I do go for that one. And it is a slightly higher sign-in bonus as well. Because that's got to be our target. There's got to be, you know, reaching that milestone of 6th in the championship. So we are going to change our main sponsor to Serene. Don't know. Yeah, I don't really know how we're meant to get into the... there we go. That's fine. So that's where I must have been stuck up there. Okay. Engine-wise, you know, Mercedes have been very good for us. The performance is very, very strong. The reliability is okay as well. I don't think we're going to get much benefit from going elsewhere, so I think we stick with Mercedes, and obviously we've got Nico Hulkenberg as our teammate. Well, here we go then. We are going to invest some of that money. I'm going to try and keep the chassis a secret from you. Oh, come on, come on. Well, there it is. Yeah, we're going black and yellow this year. That is hilarious. Right, so we're going to increase the resource point generation of our 2 big facilities. We're going to... What else are we going to do? I believe this doesn't actually work at the moment, this feature. But we might as well try the cheap one just in case. Sponsor relations. Yeah, I mean, 3.5 million is quite a lot. Yeah, quality control. If we can get the quality control sorted out in all 3 of our facilities, that would be awesome. And we can do that. So that's what we'll do. We'll leave 2 million in the bank for emergencies. But yeah, shall I show you our wonderful chassis? Look at that. I mean, I'm really, really pleased with this. I wanted to go, you know, kind of inspired by Mercedes a little bit. And I wanted to go black. Keep the sort of highlighter yellowy colour of the Brawn GP yesteryear, but I thought for this season we're going to mean business. We're going to go black and yellow. I really can't wait to see this car on track. I think it's going to be awesome. So yeah, there you go. There is the livery. I also obviously updated the the character clothing as well, and I really think that's a lovely suit. And there you go, you can see there's our helmet, keeping the old Brawn colours, and hopefully we can sort out the sponsor logos on that at some point, but it doesn't seem to be any way to do that, unfortunately, but that's the way it goes. But yeah, really happy about that, and hopefully you know, you guys like the livery and are ready and raring to go for the first race of the season. Let's continue on a little bit. Let's get all of these things
when the new parts come through the fabrication process
up and running.
We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix. The department has some good news to share. They've just finished working on a facility upgrade. The details are available in your inbox.
Right, let's get an upgrade going, shall we? Can we get that one going? Looks like we can. Let's get that going. Chassis, obviously we've saved all of those parts. Yeah, good. Okay. Nice. Cool. And we can afford this one as well, so we might as well get that one sorted. Okay, let's push on then. And before we know it, we'll be ready for the start of the season. Yeah, we've got 801 there. Let's see. Is there anything about? Everything's fairly expensive at this stage. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Cool. Right, let's keep it at that then. And yeah, you can see we've made a little bit of progress, in fact, on last season, and we are pretty much in line with McLaren now by the looks of our R&D performance tree. You can see we've made a step forward. We're ahead of Alfa Romeo, possibly just behind the Alpine cars and Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari, who are at the top. It looks like Mercedes have possibly lost out the most from the regulation changes. We said it was going to go one or two ways, and it has done. You know, Mercedes and McLaren losing out a little bit. Red Bull making a good step forward over the winter, as have Ferrari. So looks like it's going to be an exciting start to the season. So let's see how we get on and how it goes in qualifying here in Bahrain. Okay then, first lap of the season. We'll take it on board with us as we do a flying lap of this Bahrain International Circuit. We have got Pierre Gasly just in front of us. Pace hasn't been wonderful this weekend, certainly on my side of the garage. We've struggled a little bit more than on Nico's, but hopefully we'll be able to push hard in this session and at the very least get through to Q2. That's the minimum expectation, I think, and to try and get into the lower half of Q3. You know, we're not battling for top 5, but could be battling anywhere from sort of 9th to 14th, so that's where we want to We want to aim. He looks slightly slower than Pierre Gasly at the moment, which is not a good sign. A little bit wide through turn 10 there. That means we lose out a lot there. This is exactly the sort of corner we should be absolutely acing. That wasn't too bad. 107.9 through there. And now round the final corner. What's it going to be? Where's Pierre Gasly going to end up? Come through to 1:30.1. It's our best time of the weekend, but I would suggest that that's nowhere near good enough. And that big improvements can be found. And also, I'm a little bit disappointed in the livery that it kind of just looks like a highlighter yellow car from that angle. But we know it's a beautiful black and yellow car. I suppose you see it a lot more from
okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
From that angle. There's a big log up. It's a set of tyres completely destroyed. So, we'll head back in. We'll advance some time. And we'll see what we need to do. Here we come, much better lap. Second time around, we come up to the line. Where's it going to put us? Up to 13. So we are through to Q2. But improvements are going to be found, or going to have to be found, I should say, to get through to Q3. Here we come up to the line for our first flying lap of Q2. What's it going to be? It's a 1:29.3, which is 0.3 slower than our fastest lap in Q1. And there were certain elements to it that were definitely faster, but definitely room for improvement, I think.
Less than 1 lap of fuel left.
Well, here we come towards the finish line, a couple of tenths quicker, but it's not going to be enough. It's only P12 in the opening race of the season. Bit disappointing, gotta say. We never actually brought it back to our Q1 time, but there you go. A 1:29.1, that's where we qualify. Nico Hülkenberg just ahead of us in P11, but there's the top 10. Both Alpines, the Haas of Mick Schumacher, and both McLarens, which is very, very interesting. And we outqualified Max Verstappen in P13. Oscar Piastri made it through to Q2 for Haas, but long way off in that session. Tsunoda and Vettel, long way off as well. So it could have been a lot worse, but it could have been a lot better.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. We go racing today around the 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And starting next to them is George Russell. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Sainz, Sergio Perez and Norris, Ricciardo, Ocon, Magnussen and Mick Schumacher. Hulkenberg, the captain. Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri. Tsunoda, Vettel, Lance Stroll and Nicholas Latifi. Joe, Gasly, Bottas and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as once again we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Okay then, here we are, down on the track. Now, that's a bit of an alternate strategy that is on offer. I do think we'll probably be better served going for the normal strategy. Yeah, so mediums and then hards later on. If they last a little bit longer, there's no real reason why we can't go out there and change it halfway through. But yeah, I thought we'd change it to David Croft as the commentator for this season, and you know, we'll maybe go back to Alex Jakes for season 3, but yeah, we'll hear what Crofty has to say about most of the Grand Prix, so let's get on to the formation lap.
Right then, the formation lap is underway here in Bahrain, where the circuit is located in the middle of sand dunes and offers near desert conditions. Let's hope we see some scorching action on track today too.
Well, we got lots of drivers: Verstappen, Piastri, Tsunoda, Vettel, Stroll and Gasly,
So
all on the soft tyres.
The drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
So here we go. I really do love our livery. I think it looks awesome. Just think a couple of tweaks, if we could make the halo black, I think that would really add to it. But we're lining up on the grid. Good start required. Let's try and keep it nice and tidy and clean into turn 1. So here we go. Season 2 of F1 22. And it's lights out. Away we go. Here in Bahrain, it's an okay start off the grid, not our best, it has to be said, and the soft tyre runners around us definitely off to a much better start, but we try and go down the inside. A little bit of contact with our teammate Hulkenberg. I'm hoping no damage there, and we managed to fly past him.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Verstappen full sends it down the inside, but we managed to survive and keep our nose clean. And now's a possible chance down the inside of K-Mag and Schumacher and Verstappen. Not like him to be fearful of somebody down the inside. He usually just closes the door. Oh, wow. I think we were pushed on our way through there. But we're okay. Plenty of battles with K-Mag last season.
Okay, now stay alert for threats around you.
We have the outside line, which is obviously the preferred line, and we are through. So finally, up to 11th place, we gained that position. Now last season we had pretty decent race pace, if I remember correctly. Verstappen and knock-on up ahead. Obviously no Fernando Alonso on the grid this year. He will be missed, that's for sure. Anybody into the pits on this opening lap? Looks like one person is. Looks like one of the Aston Martin cars. Now can we perhaps make a move on Mick Schumacher? We are looking quicker of the two drivers at this stage of the Grand Prix, and well, we've got 3 wide going up ahead. I think we've got to try and stay out of it and keep an eye on what happens. But Verstappen using those soft tyres to good effect. He started 13th, remember, already up to 6th position. Very, very strong start for him. Well, this could be a chance on Mick Schumacher. He has not got DRS ahead. We have got DRS. Gonna have a little look down the inside, I think. And that's exactly what we do. So we're up into 10th position. That'll do nicely. And we have got DRS to consolidate it.
Good job.
The problem is we know Mick Schumacher is going to have better straight line speed than us at this stage of the race. Well, you join me on lap 5 and we have closed right in on Esteban Ocon in the Alpine. And we should have a good run on him with the DRS here. So here we go. And you can see we are clearly closing in. Go for the gap down the inside. And that's lovely, lovely, lovely move. Down the inside there, well done on the brakes. Mick Schumacher's also made it past him, but Ocon will come back at him. We're up to 9th as it stands, which is pretty good.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.7 seconds.
Well, yellow flag up ahead. That looks like Max Verstappen, and it is. Verstappen is out.
Green flag.
So there's another place gained up to 8th now. And what a shame for him. His pace was looking very, very strong. Only 25% worn. Now building a decent gap to Schumacher behind. He's out of the DRS window, and Hulkenberg's managed to make his way up into 10th, so that's really positive for us as a team. That we're looking at a double points finish at the moment, and we're 7 seconds ahead of
Gap to the car in front is 5.
Hulkenberg at the moment, so things are going really quite well. I'm trying to look after the tyres as much as I can, because I'd like to extend this stint and maybe even go to a soft tyre strategy at the end. If we can get to sort of lap 21, 22 maybe, without losing too much time, we might be able to do that. And there he goes again. And that's a very, very bold move from Mick Schumacher. That could have been very dangerous. I think we're okay though.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Stay out there, because we do seem to be quicker than Hamilton is on his hard tyres, so we are going to go to our scheduled lap. It's lap 15.
Okay, boxing with this lap, give us the best in lap you can.
So here we go. There's Charles Leclerc, world champion of course. Okay, here we come then into the pit lane. And we're in. There's no way that was speeding in the pit lane. That's for sure. Come on, nice quick pit stop. Away. 2.9. That could have been quicker.
Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound.
And that decision definitely vindicated, because lap we are in 8th position. Lost quite a bit of time getting the tyres up to temperature, but right now we're in a very good position because our tyres are fresher. And we're going to have a little bit more durability than Mick's behind, so we're in a good place.
Okay, so the gap to the car behind is 1.9 seconds. There appears to be an issue. We're currently
Oh
investigating.
no. Well, I mean, you join me on lap 19. Things have been going rather well. Please don't be an issue. Because Hulkenberg has lost a front wing as well in his little battle.
Okay, it's not good news, I'm afraid.
Seems like an engine issue. Okay, let's keep an eye on it. Certainly pace-wise, we seem to be just as good. We're staying with the action.
Good news, it looks like the
Hey.
fault's being fixed. Let's go.
Whew. Okay. Right, let's focus on the rest of the race. We got 9 laps to go after this one. Still in 8th place. It would be a pretty decent performance at 4 points.
Nico's coming in for his stop now.
Well, Nico has just come in for his 3rd pit stop. We're having an incredibly lonely race in 8th position. Probably lapping at a similar pace to K-Mag, but that'll catch him up a little bit. That was a bad mistake. But yeah, you can see how much quicker we are than the Haas of Schumacher. He was somebody that we came out a couple of seconds in front. Once tyres came up to temperature, we've gained 8 seconds on him in this stint, so definitely
Okay, we've got 4
a quicker car than the Haas this year, which is good. You know, they were the team that finished above us in the Constructors last year. And now they haven't got their main point scorer, K-Mag. It could be a tough year for them. But you can see how much time we pulled out in that final sector over the rest of them. 4 laps to go. And barring any dramas, we should be getting 4 points out of this race. Which is good. Oh dear. Well, I've just realised we have got no fuel. We are now going to have to completely fuel save. We started with pretty much 2 laps over fueled. This is ridiculous. I was trying to basically lift and coast there, but it's not making much difference. We're probably better off just absolutely going for it. And hoping that Albon, at the very least, doesn't catch us. I don't think we're going to be able to keep Magnussen behind, but this is going to be the second race in a row, including Abu Dhabi last season, where we've run out of fuel. And, you know, I deliberately gave ourselves an extra lap and a half today. But that is ridiculous. I'm fairly sure we ran out of fuel in Bahrain last season as well. But it is what it is. Yeah, we shouldn't have really lifted off that much, but I don't know. Here we go on to the final lap then.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Can we stay ahead? Of Albon's group.
At the moment, the car behind is lapping faster than us by around a second a lap.
Well, if we can get through this next little section. No, there you go, low fuel mode. Right. So we got over half the lap to do. I just don't see how we can possibly do it. Charles Leclerc wins. Magnussen flies past. And I think it is going to be a disaster once again. Yeah, there they are. We just don't have enough straight line speed to contend with that. And because it's straight until the end, we're not going to be able to hold them off. There he is. We'll take the inside line, but try weaving. But no, it's not going to happen. There you go. They all go past Piastri. Well, he goes straight into the back of us, but what a disaster. And what a shame, because we should have come out of this Grand Prix with plenty of points, but instead
Green flag, we're racing again.
we finish in 15th position.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
That's a fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the desert. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance in today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there. So let's review the drivers' standings. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
It's an interesting one today. On balance, I think I have to call out Alexander Albon. A really solid drive from him today, and one that he and his team should be proud of.
Let's move on to the constructors. Ferrari take the lead at the top of the table. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
Well, I'm absolutely gutted. Ferrari have a 1-2, Russell, Hamilton 3-4, Perez finishes 5th, and McLaren 6-7. Magnussen 8th for Alpine. Albon finishes in the points for Williams, and Tsunoda in 10th, rounds it out for AlphaTauri. But what a disappointment. You know, a race we should have finished in 8th place. And, well, I mean, we still managed to finish ahead of Mick Schumacher, which is ridiculous. But, yeah, unbelievable. And Nico Hülkenberg a lap down as well. Real shame that that's where it went. But, yeah, I guess we're just going to have to remember that for next season. Overfuel the car to hell in Bahrain. But that is a big disappointment, but encouraging signs, you know, that our pace was very comfortable. We were well ahead of that Alpine for, you know, most of that stint. We were racing at the same pace, so, you know, if we can do that for the rest of the season, we are going to score a lot of points. We've obviously got some developments in the pipeline as well, and we look forward rather than backwards, and hopefully with no regrets. We could have DNF'd from this race, you know, it could have been worse, I guess, but running out of fuel for the second race in a row, not good. But if you have enjoyed the start of Season 2, then make sure you give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.